Let's take a look at what happened today with Tesla. We are up 61 cents. We closed at 411.05. Post-market, we are up by almost $1. Let's take a look at what we have here on the chart. Let's recap where we are. It's always good to understand the basis. We are into a bullish channel with Tesla. Tesla is going up. It has been going up for a while. We are into this bullish channel right here. So we are zigzagging. We are zigzagging into this bullish channel. And recently, we have been coming down to the support side. This is the resistance side. This is the support side. So we are coming back down. These past 2-3 weeks, we have been coming down. We went as high at 484.13. This was a great move. This was a super great move, and now we are coming down for the past 2 weeks. So the fact that we are going down for 2 weeks does not mean that Tesla is not a good company anymore. It just means that after this big move up, now we are feeling the selling pressure. So people that have made profit are selling a little bit. And even short sellers that want to make money on the way down, they tend to wait after a big move up to start selling into a stock to make profit on the way down. This is what's happening right now. So we are cooling down. There's a cooling effect, but this cooling effect is not detracting from the support that we have right here. This is the support. And once we touched on that support, we had the inclination that we could be bouncing because this is what stocks do on a support. They bounce on it. At the same time, we were into this short-term bearish channel going down, and we were on this support side of the bearish channel. So we had two supports. We have the bullish channel support. We had the bearish channel support, and in fact, we had a move up. So that's what it is. We are still into this bearish channel. So it's possible that this little bit of a move up that we have, it's possible that we cave into that resistance line right here. So it's possible that we cave in. So this move up that we are seeing right here could be short-lived because maybe Tesla has not stopped going down yet. Just like we had a little bit of a move up here. And in hindsight, this move up was also a short-lived move up. This one was short-lived because we came down afterwards. This one, we don't know yet. It could continue, it's possible, but what is most probable is that this will also come down because this is what channels do. They constrain the movement of a stock. It's possible to make profit. If we buy on support, it's possible to make profit. It's more probable you can make profit when you are seeing some signs that it wants to go back up before buying. Some people buy on support blindly. I'm going to buy on support. But sometimes it continues. So I prefer personally to wait until we have a little bit of a move up before buying in, because it gives just a little bit more reassurance that the stock really wanted to start moving higher. So one way of doing it is to switch on the 1-hour chart when we are usually watching the daily chart to start seeing a little bit of a move up. So the way to do this is then once we are close to the support, we start looking for a congestion zone, a place where the stock is going sideways for a while. And then once it breaks it, then that's the buy signal for a bit of a move. So we had the same thing right here. We had a little bit of a congestion zone. We had a break. This break was further away from the resistance than this one right here. This one yielded just a little bit of a move. This one can yield much more, but it's the same concept. We look for a congestion zone close to the support side. And once we have that, we have a buy signal. And then we can decide to stay in it until we are satisfied with the money we make. Or we think that we have reached the other side of the resistance and we should not be going further. We opened a little bit higher than 415.47. Nice move up, huh? Because at the opening, this was worth $30. So Tesla was $30 higher at the beginning of the day. But it's very hard we got pushed back down. So the selling pressure is very strong. So the sellers pushed it back down, but we lost 415.47, which is an important support. And the fact that we broke it was an event in itself. An event on the 1 hour chart, it was an event. But after the first hour, we had the red candle. So that's not super nice in itself. And second hour, we started going a little bit lower. But what we are seeing right now is that we came down for 4 straight hours, 5 even. And then look at this, started to bounce. We started to bounce on 403.30. Yeah, this is a support that we had recently. Also, December 10th, we had that support a little bit. So now we are bouncing on it. Bouncing also on the 21-day moving average. We are finishing the day with 2 green candles. Stochastic, which is required to be over 60 to have a move up, is still over 60. We lost it just briefly for 1 hour, but it's still over 60 right now. So we could be continuing tomorrow. This is the managing of the trade, because the buy signal happened when we broke 388.73. This was the buy signal. So getting in at 395. Tesla went as high as 420 something. You could have sold at 420 and saying, wow, this is great. This is perfectly reasonable. Now that it's coming down and coming back up, there's no point in selling anymore. Myself, I want to take profit if we start to go lower than 403.30, because I want to give it the chance to continue. I want to let my winners ride. This is a winner on the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart is right here. The buy signal was at 390 if you waited for the end of the candle. Sometimes if you jump the gun, this is nice because you could have entered at 390, but jumping the gun might mean that you buy, but the candle finishes below. So there was not a buy signal really happening. So these are parts of the trade-offs that we need to make. But right now it's bouncing nicely on 103.30. The profit is there. The profit is right here. Let's see where this takes us. And if we start moving a little bit higher, then maybe selling if we have a cave-in right here at around 435 is going to be super nice. And everything is looking still good on the 1 hour chart in terms of the indicators. As I said, stochastic is over 60. MACD crossed over bullish on last Friday morning, became bullish over 50 an hour or two later, and DMI also. Anyway, so things are nice for a little bit of a swing. So this is a little bit of a swing. Intraday, there's some money to be made, but we should not consider that Tesla is back yet, because on the daily chart, we are still into our downward channel. And on the daily chart, the congestion zone, if we try to find a congestion zone to buy back the bounce, it's going to be hard to find. We don't have much candles. The resistance is right here. We can start maybe seeing a congestion zone right here, but this is at 427. So on the daily chart, there's no room to get a really nice buy signal that has a target that's far away to make sense. The target would be at 440 or something right here on the resistance. So this is not yet a daily play, but it can take a couple of days to stabilize. But once we are going to start breaking this downward resistance, then we are going to identify a horizontal resistance we could be stuck under, which is right here, which is the 427. But at that point, we are going to be right here. Once we break that one, then the target is going to be either the other side of the bullish channel, which is over $500, or maybe we are going to cave into 500, which is the top of our bullish channel, a very long-term bullish channel. So the daily chart move could be happening within a week or two. And this would be ahead of the earnings call that is scheduled to be January 29th. Maybe this is going to stay there until then, and maybe it's going to go back a little bit higher then. So this is what's happening. So on the daily chart, There's nothing to do here beside waiting. If you want to play and have fun, there was this little bit of a move that could be had, which is in profit right now, which could accumulate more profit later. Let's take a look at the VIX. VIX continuing down today. We are happy. This is helping the stock market. We are at 16. This is nice. We could be expecting a bounce eventually right here. So maybe when it reaches 15, we could be seeing a little bit of a slowdown. We'll see. Let's take a look at the stock indices. So stock indices are also bouncing on support, no stochastic. So there's no buy signal on the daily chart for Dow Jones either. On the 1 hour chart, yes, we could have argued that there's one right here when we broke this, but it did not go very far. So you could have made a few bucks before it came back down and triggered your stop loss. S&P 500, the same thing, nothing to do on the daily chart. We are into this downward channel. We needed to clear that. Same thing with NASDAQ, very close to breaking this downward channel, very close to clearing it, but it has not cleared it yet. Yes, if we take a look at the rest of the market, so we have the big companies that did pretty well, Amazon, Nvidia, blah, blah, blah. But the smaller companies, look at this, it was not doing super good. And tomorrow we are going to get some numbers, the job openings and the services PMI, so maybe this will move the market a little bit. So we'll see. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.